In the first half of 2025, multiple businesses across the UAE's DNFBP sectors were fined for failing to comply with the UAE's AML regulations. In this video, we're going to look at the enforcement measures and see how the new AML compliance circular issued by the Ministry of Economy and Tourism, stressing risk-based due diligence, could help businesses stay compliant and avoid penalties. AED 42.5 million. That's the total amount of fines the UAE's Ministry of Economy and Tourism imposed on the DNFBP sector for 1,063 AML violations. And that was just in the first half of 2025. This wasn't a minor warning, it was a clear signal from the regulator that compliance failures come at a very high cost. So, which industries were the most affected? Businesses dealing in precious metals and gemstones faced penalties of AED 20 million, while the real estate sector followed closely with AED 18.5 million in fines. Corporate service providers and auditors were also affected, incurring AED 4 million in penalties. If your business is part of the DNFBP sector, this isn't some far-off problem. It's happening within your industry right now. Now, to address these risks and provide businesses with clearer compliance guidance, the Ministry of Economy rolled out Circular Number 6 of 2025 in August this year. These are a clear set of guidelines designed to help businesses clearly allocate resources and efforts based on risks. This circular is directed at a specific group called DNFBPs. It stands for Designated Non-Financial Businesses and Professions. These aren't banks or traditional financial institutions, but, due to the nature of their activities, are considered particularly vulnerable to money laundering or terrorism financing. If you're wondering whether this applies to you, the first step is to identify if your business qualifies as a DNFBP. If your business falls into one of these sectors on the screen, this circular is directed at you. The circular focuses on risk-based due diligence. That is, instead of treating every single customer with the same level of intense scrutiny, the circular emphasizes focusing your time, effort, and resources on the clients and transactions that carry the greatest risk, rather than creating unnecessary burdens across the board. And to help you put this risk-based approach into action, the ministry has introduced a really clear two-stage process. And here's how it works in its simplest form. Stage 1 is about identifying the level of risk a customer presents, and Stage 2 is about applying due diligence that matches that risk. It's a logical flow. First understand the risk, then act on it. Stage 1 is really all about building the foundation of your risk assessment. You have to define what your risk factors are. For example, the customer's profile, where they're from, the kind of services they're asking for, and the nature of your business, among other things. Then you use those factors to build a risk matrix so you can score every client consistently. And one point cannot be stressed enough. Document everything. Your process, your scores, your decisions, all of it must be written down to maintain a robust audit trail. Now, let's move to Stage 2. Once you've rated your customer as high, medium, or low risk, the circular requires you to match that rating with the correct level of due diligence. This is where the risk-based framework shifts from theory into your daily compliance practice. The framework breaks down into 3 levels of due diligence. For a low-risk client, you can use what's called simplified due diligence, or SDD, which means less intense monitoring. For a medium-risk client, you'll conduct standard customer due diligence, or CDD. That's where you're verifying who they are and what they're trying to do. And for a high-risk client, you escalate to enhanced due diligence, or EDD, a much deeper review that includes verifying the source of funds and requires senior management approval before any business can move forward. This leads to building a strong, durable, and compliant framework, one that protects your business and provides resilience against regulatory, financial, and reputational risks. And that is the ultimate goal here. The ministry wants to see a process that is consistent, well-structured, and completely documented. If auditors arrive, you must be able to demonstrate that your work is thorough. In the end, a well-documented framework is your strongest defense against criminal exposure, entering into high-risk relationships, as well as protecting your business from enforcement measures. Is there an urgency to put your compliance in order? Absolutely. This regulatory timeline truly puts things into perspective. In June 2026, FATF MENAFATF is scheduled to conduct its on-site evaluation of the UAE. FATF is the Financial Action Task Force, the global standard setter for AML/CFT, while MENAFATF is a Financial Action Task Force-style regional body, FSRB. And this could result in even tighter enforcement measures across the DNFBP sector in the coming days and months. In this context, a risk-based allocation of resources to fight money laundering is the best and most optimal way forward for DNFBPs. So, we'll leave you with this final thought. The rules are defined, enforcement is intensifying, and an international evaluation is just months away. Is your business ready with a robust AML compliance framework? At KW Consultants, we help you build a comprehensive risk-based compliance framework that enables your business to allocate resources efficiently based on risk levels and stay fully aligned with the Ministry's Circular No. 6 guidelines. Our in-house AIML-based RegTech solutions are designed to simplify risk assessment and streamline due diligence, which makes us one of the most sought-after firms in AML compliance and regulatory advisory. As the UAE Good Delivery Auditor and Ministry of Economy approved reviewer for gold refineries, KW Consultants brings unmatched experience in regulatory compliance for the DNFBP sector. With deep expertise across precious metals, real estate, corporate services, and accounting sectors, we support businesses in implementing consistent, well-structured, and fully documented compliance systems that stand up to regulatory scrutiny and international evaluation. Strengthen your AML framework. KW Consultants.